Now that you know what good feedback sounds like, feedback that's delivered in a less than optimal way is going to drive you crazy. So it becomes up to you to become the more emotionally mature person and to guide the other person into giving you feedback in an effective way. So if you're really upset, if you're busy, if now is not a good time for you, and someone starts trying to give you feedback, ask them if you guys can talk when it's better for you. Don't be afraid to ask that. Use all your listening skills that we talked about. So asking open-ended questions, using restatements, so that the person clarifies their position and they feel heard when they give you critical feedback. A lot of times when people give you critical feedback, it's less about changing your behavior and it's more about that venting aspect of just wanting to be heard. So a lot of receiving feedback is really just about validating the other person's perspective. If they critique your character, if they make some claim about you being lazy or thoughtless or what messy, whatever it is, ask them for a behavioral example. Be like, okay, what exactly are you talking about? What behavior do I do that is actually bothering you? Ask the person what you can do differently going forward. So say, okay, this is what's bothering you. This is what you're critiquing. How can I improve? How can I be better going forward from here? And then lastly, don't be afraid to ask, hey, is there anything I'm doing well? Is there anything you like about what I'm doing? What can I continue to do that you appreciate? And that will show you that they do appreciate certain things that you're doing. There are aspects of your performance that they recognize and appreciate. So ideally, other people have these skills when they give us feedback, but that's often not the case. And now that you do have these skills, it often becomes your responsibility to be the more emotionally mature person. Structure the conversation in a way that it is beneficial and helpful to both parties. The last thing I want to say in this lecture is work on giving better feedback to yourself. We often have self-talk. We criticize ourselves in ways that we would never talk to other people. We are so thoughtless and disrespectful with ourselves sometimes in a way that we would never be to another person. The same structure that I laid out for giving feedback to other people, use that to give feedback to yourself. If you only ever focus on your own shortcomings, if you get to the end of the day and all you do is beat yourself up for the mistakes you made and you never focus on what you've done right and what you were successful at, then that is just as demoralizing as if you have a boss that is doing that. So all of these steps that we talked about today in regard to giving effective feedback to other people, give yourself that same courtesy. Treat yourself in the same way as you would treat other people in regard to giving them feedback.